Alright guys, and welcome back to the Saints Video channel for some of the content for our match reaction after Leicester City 1, Southampton 2. It's a massive win for Hasenhüttl's side as they move out of the relegation zone, and I think it's vital that we stay out there for the rest of the season. I don't want to see us back in that bottom three for the rest of the season, and that's the perfect way to start off this sort of big run of 5 games that Tom talked about in his preview. But into the game itself, we started very well. Stuart Armstrong had a decent chance from distance after a really good press that saw Chilwell lose the ball and then Armstrong pick it up. His shot was just wide. However, we went back again and Shane Long did get bundled over in the penalty box, and of course the penalty was given to the visitors. James ward-prowse slotted it away for his first goal of the season. A really important goal, and all that Southampton deserved for their really positive start. And then Leicester got into the game a bit more. We were still sort of keeping the ball a bit more than you would have thought an away team would do. But yeah, as you'd expect from a club who outside, they were quite solid, but they weren't doing much going forwards. And they seemed to be targeting Jan Valery, who had a pretty good game for all the 45 minutes that he played. We'll get into that in a bit. But really good defensive displays from all the defenders. Jan Bednarek cleared a ball off the line to prevent a Leicester goal. A Leicester equaliser would have been a really good individual performance from him. Really good individual performance from all the defenders. Like I just said, Vestergaard was immense. Stevens had a pretty solid game. Target wasn't actually that bad. He put some good crosses as well. So really good display from the back 5. But of course, like I've just said, they started targeting Valery a bit more. He got a yellow card for a little scuffle with Chilwell. Then got another one just before half time. So of course that means he went off, which is disappointing. But it doesn't really matter if we want to use him in the Premier League, because the suspension that he'll face, because it was just 2 bookable offences, I'm pretty sure it's just a 1-game ban, so he misses the Derby replay in midweek, and then he'd be back for the Everton game on Saturday. But at that point, all the fans on social media, and probably in the away end as well, probably thought that was probably the end of our chance to win. And what happens, we get the ball, McCarthy kicks it up, and Shane Long breaks his goal duck. 3 goals in 72 games, something ridiculous like that, maybe 4 goals in that long. But yeah, he gets his first of the season as well. Pretty cool finish. And you know, we had a striker crisis before the game where our strikers were either injured or suspended, and we knew we were most likely going to have Long by himself up front. But you know, it paid off. He's got to score at some point, and he took his chance. He took his chance very well. It was poor defending though from Leicester, but you know, 2-0 at half time with 10 men. I think no Saints fan would have thought that. But yeah, Leicester just weren't at it. But they were at it in the second half, as you'd expect, being the home side. They went for it, and they got a goal relatively early on, just before the hour mark, through Wilfred Ndidi. Not the best bit of defending. It kind of good play. It was a bit of a sloppy goal, in my personal opinion. A bit of a tap-in at the back post for Ndidi. But then, you know, that gave Leicester a bit of life, but they weren't really doing anything. They tested McCarthy a couple of times, but most of the shots they had on target were from distance, and pretty comfortable save for him. And it's just kind of reminiscent of the back end of our Puel season, where we weren't getting the results at home and we were just always just desperate. The players just shot from distance because there was no actual plan to get the goal. And when they went down or behind from the other team, they just didn't have a plan B. And it seemed the same for Leicester today. They just didn't seem to be, not necessarily at it. I think the players were ambitious. They obviously wanted it, but something just didn't click for them that clicked for us, clearly. But in the rest of the second half, not too eventful. We didn't really have a clear-cut chance. Leicester obviously kept putting a lot of pressure on us, but I felt like we dealt with the pressure so much better than we've done really all season. You know, we could have easily conceded a second, make it 2-2, and you know, it wouldn't really be deserved. But we just cleared our lines, just put it into row Z, and we didn't see that under Hughes at all. We sort of didn't see it at the start of Hasenhüttl. It was just bad mistakes, but what's good to see now is I think Hasenhüttl was cutting out the individual mistakes, and we actually looked like a really solid team. Okay, we conceded the 1 goal, but it was inevitable. They were going to put so much pressure on us, and I think we've done really well to come away with a win at a ground that we hadn't scored at, I think, since 2011, something ridiculous like that. So yeah, there's a fun fact for you there. But what does that mean for Southampton? That puts us on 19 points, and we're up to 16th, out of the relegation zone, as I said at the beginning. 2 points off Burnley in 15th, so we're going to need another win if we're going to make any more progress. and then I think it's about 5 points off 14th. So the gaps are widening, which means the win is crucial. But like I said, we're out of the relegation zone now. Hopefully we're not going to be back in there for too much longer at all, really, this season. Fingers crossed. We're a point above safety. Depends on Newcastle's result at Chelsea. I can't see them getting anything from that, so hopefully we can just stay relatively comfortably outside the relegation zone. But I think we need to build on this win and definitely go for it against Everton on Saturday and get another win there in front of our own fans, because right now 3 away wins in the league, 1 home win in the league. You know, we really need to boost up and build up that home form just to get the fans fully on side. I'm sure that as a fan base, I think the majority are fully backing Hasenhüttl and the team. Some were a bit sceptical about the team lineup. Yeah, I think it's really important that we back the team. Some fans were a bit sceptical about the team sheet because Gunn was dropped again and McCarthy came back after Gunn got a clean sheet at Chelsea. You know, they were a bit sceptical, but I think in the end, obviously, it paid off. McCarthy had a good game. Didn't make a mistake. Distribution. To be fair, his distribution led to our second goal. So fair play to him. Fair play to the whole team. Fair play to the manager. Fair play to the fans who went. Just fair play everywhere, really. A massive win. As you can see, I'm absolutely buzzing with that result. And yeah, I think it's really important that we build on that with advancing in the cup on Wednesday night with the replay. It's bloody annoying that the Acton game's been moved to a 12:30 kickoff. Ridiculous. No consideration for the away fans whatsoever there. Whether that's Derby or Southampton, we'll have to see. But look, we should go for it because it's a winnable game in the 4th round. But we also need to make sure that we get 3 points against Everton on Saturday at St Mary's. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Do leave your match reaction in the comment section below. What did you think of the game? Who was the man of the match for you? My man of the match, personally, I think I'm going to have to give it to Jan Bednarek, mainly for that goal line clearance. Solid once again. And yeah, we're back in form, which is really nice to see. We're winning games. So up the Saints, and we'll see you very soon.